Hi everybody, welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I had a bit of a rough one this morning, but things are calming down a little, and guess what? It appears as if it is going to rain, but at the moment it is hellish hot, 41 degrees. Anyway, today's video will be a mixed video with news and reviews and my opinions on a variety of subjects. Okay, so let's start with Harry and Meghan and get them out of the way. I see it has been announced that she will accompany Harry to the Vancouver Whistler Invictus. I just don't know what to say anymore. Are they deaf, dumb, or blind, or all three? Goodness, if they do not know how people feel about Meghan's performances at the Invictus Games, then they must be living under a rock. In a way, of course, it is Meghan's fault. Her inappropriate clothing, her often inappropriate behavior, her speech giving, her awkwardness, her fakery and bad acting, her diva demands. Yes, the list is long as to why Meghan is an irritation, a thorn in our side when she invades the Invictus Games. There's no way, I think, this year will be any better. As a matter of fact, I think it's going to be much worse. And worst of all, I think it is going to be partially our fault, partially mainstream media's fault, and of course the tone-deaf Harry and Meghan's fault. The reason why I think it is going to be worse is because there are already rumors about their relationship and other concerning stories. So it is going to be a very natural reaction from ourselves and mainstream media to look at and analyze every movement and every facial expression of Harry and Meghan's. I have a feeling all eyes are going to be on Harry and Meghan 99% of the time. And talking about them and their relationship, I cannot remember where I heard it, whether on Dan Wootton or Neil Sean, or whether I read it somewhere. But somewhere I heard or read that Harry told a friend that this year is a make or break year for his marriage. And no matter who said it or who wrote it, I have every reason to believe that it is 100% true. Absolutely true. Because remember when I told you, I think about a week, 2 weeks ago, that Harry and Meghan's relationship, according to an informant, is really bad and or broken. And that although they spend very little time together, there's still no talk of divorce, at least not from Harry's side. All I did not add was that Harry told a friend that because of his past, he does not want to give up too soon and that he will give it one more year. So I do not know whether it was the same or a different person who spoke to me and to the other journalist or creator, but the message was indeed the same. I just carried it over differently. Well, as things on the Harry and Meghan front seems to hop along according to the same false tune, things are not going much better at home and among the royal family. King Charles is being severely criticized and called pathetic, having a pathetic grasp of foreign policy. That, coming from former Defence Secretary Ben Wallace, NATO Commander Rear Admiral Chris Parry called King Charles's decision and order craven political correctness and ideology gone mad. Oh boy. So what did Charlie do to deserve that? You see, King Charles gave orders that the nuclear-powered submarine, which is still being built, be renamed. It was originally to be named HMS Agincourt, but Charles ordered that another name be found and suggested HMS Achilles, which was then approved. Of course, Agincourt refers to an English victory in the 100 Years' War, which took place on the 25th of October 1415 near Azincourt in northern France. The victory boosted English morale and gave them prestige, but it crippled France. The war lasted another 14 years after that victory, and eventually England was finally again defeated by France in 1429 during the siege of Orleans. Here in South Africa, there's some serious stress and nervousness floating in the air. As some of you may know, President Trump has issued an order to halt various forms and types of foreign aid to a number of countries, including my country, South Africa. In the case of South Africa, Trump had stopped the 8.5 billion rand. I'm not sure how much that is in dollar. It's probably 1.5 billion, 1.5 million or something like that. Anyway, not sure. But he had stopped this 8.5 billion rand aid from the United States to the country's health initiatives, including those aiding the battle against HIV/AIDS and malaria. Now look, on the one hand, I think my country's government became complacent. They were so used to receiving these handouts that they did not start building on a backup or contingency plan while they were receiving this aid. A backup plan should have been made, a reserve built, a savings plan set up, but it wasn't. So this morning, a number of healthcare workers at these HIV/AIDS clinics were told not to come into work. So, on the one hand, I understand President Trump's MAGA principle, and it is not America's fault if after years of receiving these funds, the South African government couldn't think ahead and build on an independent future. However, having said that, and having absolute understanding and respect for President Trump's actions, I honestly think he should arrange a visit to South Africa during his tenure. I do not think he has ever been here, and it appears that he has no clue or any understanding of the country and its people. In his speech, Trump said South Africa hates America, and during his previous tenure he called South Africa a cesspit. Well, South Africa in general does not, and I reiterate, not hate America or Trump. Actually, most of the less radical have immense respect for him. What do we watch on our television sets? American movies and series. Who dictates our fashions and trends? America does. I think it is fairly irresponsible for someone like President Trump to say such things if he has no idea of where South Africa is heading, what the people are like. Mr. Trump, please come visit us. Sit down with President Ramaphosa. You could sit down with Putin. You sat down with Xi Jinping. So there's no reason why you cannot sit down with Ramaphosa. Come, please, get to know us. Speak to the people on the ground, white, black, and brown. Now, I'm the first to admit the failings of our government, but I have also taught myself to recognize the positive and to ignore the rantings of people like Julius Malema of the EFF and other radicals. It is, very nice to drink and eat and dance and sing at a protest. But do any of those people really want to chase all the whites into the sea or burn and plunder? No, most of them are using platforms like the EFF, just like the EFF is using them to get numbers. At the end of the day, there are only a handful really loyal to the ideology and the leader. Mostly people on the ground work together, live together, and have long since forgotten to worry about a colour clash. Most of us cannot afford to be too concerned. The potential to be a great country is everywhere. All we need are good, honest leaders in national and local government. Okay, guys, if all goes well and I do not spend all day at the traffic department tomorrow, I will be back with some more stories, royal and otherwise. So until then, please take good care of yourselves. Bye.